Let's go ahead and mount our seat on our Savage now. It's really simple, and the most important thing is we want to leave that front bolt loose. So let's get started on this. Okay, if you'll notice your seat, on the bottom of your seat, you'll have the brackets that we attach. We attach this one on the back, and these should be tight. You may want to double check them. You can snug those up because there's steel bolts inside these pans, so you can tighten these up. And then the front fork, now if you'll notice this is adjustable, back and forth. And the way it comes out on the Savage the best, I think, is to have it quite a ways forward, because it just puts the front of the seat a little bit lower. So I'll show you that in a minute. And then once we get this set on the bike, then you can go ahead and tighten these up nice and tight. And there's some star washers underneath there. Make sure you leave those there. Just loosen these up and slide it. And then now I'll go ahead and show you how to mount this. Okay, grab your spring and I'll show you how we're going to mount this onto the motorcycle. What we do is we take our spring, and then we take our Allen wrench. Okay, what you do is you just slide the Allen wrench through that little funny squiggly part right there. Just slide that through there like that. And then what we do is we just feed the black screw that was mounted in the motorcycle. Just go ahead and feed that down through there like that. And hook it onto the Allen wrench. Okay, then you slide that down in there like that. And then you'll have to go ahead and put that, it's kind of a gold colored washer. It was with the bolt. Go ahead and slide that through the spring, and then you can go ahead and slide that screw up through there like that. And there you have it. The washer's on the inside, and that's ready to mount. Okay, I've mounted the spring to the perch here. If you'll notice that I've got the squiggly, this little funny squiggly, I've got this out on my bike. Now that's not set in stone. It can be in or out, and you may want to, when you mount the spring, leave this just a little loose so it swivels. And then when we put the seat on, we can determine which way the squiggly will go before we tighten it up. So go ahead and mount the spring just like that, and then we'll continue on. Okay, if you'll notice, I've mounted the seat on the spring. Now I put the flange on the seat on the outside of the spring, just like that. Now you want to go ahead and do that and set your seat in place, and then make sure the fork in the front is straddled over the perch here. You'll see how this is forward. That's the way mine came out best. Now what you want to do is you want to experiment with this and slide the seat forward and back the other way. You can go either way, back or forward. The more back you go, the lower this will be in front, and the more forward you go, it'll be taller in the front. So kind of position your seat on there where you like it, and then we'll go ahead and mount it on there permanently. Once you get your seat to a position where you like it, then you can go ahead and tighten all this stuff in the back. You can tighten these up. You'll notice I have the washer on the inside of the spring. So there'll be the nut, the nylock nut, the washer, the spring, and then the flange. So that's how that mounts on there like that. And like I say, you can go ahead and snug the bottom bolts too down here. So snug those up. And then we'll go on to the front. Now the front is really important that you pay attention to this, because what we want to do is it's important that we leave the front loose. Okay, now what I do is I tighten this bolt, and then I back it off maybe a quarter to a half a turn. You want this to be loose. The nylock nut will be on the other side, so it's not going to go anywhere. And then once you get this all mounted up, then go ahead and do me a favor and put just a little bit of oil on this, because this has to pivot. This has to pivot on here. Otherwise, if you tighten that up, it'll eventually crack the steel. So make sure that's loose and this pivots. And there you have it. That seat looks really nice on there. We're just about finished with this bad boy.